As we're getting into sports, BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. You think you know your stuff? Get into the winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor pool for the upcoming season. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get in a game of blackjack or poker run by with one of our over 150 slot games they have. Head to the website today and use promo code BLEAV, that's BLEAV, and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here. Code BLEAV, capital BLEAV. Next is a Raymond Sanchez. Subject is Olympic mode Meltzer.
This is interesting.
Good evening, fellas. On Sunday morning, the 11th, the Wrestling Observer dropped a 15-minute YouTube video with Dave now using the Olympics with his Meltzer ratings math as the reason for AEW's low ratings. I personally just don't see the AEW hardcores as Olympic viewers. He mentioned WWE numbers were low, but WWE actually on Sci-Fi was actually on Sci-Fi for the lower viewership. He actually says the AEW ratings during the Olympics should be thrown out. Before it was the NBA, and now it's the Olympics. Will the NFL World Series be the next excuse for low ratings again? Thanks, guys.
Well, recent guest of the show, Alfred Kanua, published a report with Forbes. Dave had a rough week, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hear about the story, Joe? Konnan, about Dave?
Bro, I was in Triple Mania. I haven't read nothing.
So here's what happened. So Dave reported on his message board, that he had seen an internal memo from WBD talking about the value of like what AEW was worth, right? And he referred to it as he's seen an internal memo from WBD. He reported this, right? But a lot of the online sleuths, and then even Brandon Thurston, but Big Span caught this, okay? Because I saw that he blocks you, but I saw something a screenshot of what he tweeted. But bro, the valuation was made by like a random member of the Fightful message board, and the Fightful message board guy had posted this like months ago, and he was just like a guy that worked in, and this was just his personal, his personal evaluation, just some random guy on the internet.
This year, Alfred reported it was a fan estimate from a Discord.
Yeah, from a Discord, like our Discord, like the K100 Discord. Big Bot Man did an evaluation of what AEW is worth, and Dave reported it as an internal memo from Warner Brothers. And Dave eventually had to say, I'm taking this down. And everybody's like on Dave again for bro, it doesn't seem like.
Did he apologize or he just took it down?
I'm not in his message board, so I don't know the rest. I'm just getting the gist of what I saw reported on Twitter. You got any comment on this, Joe?
Well, also he reported that Alpha had passed, and he hadn't passed yet, and so people got Dave gets hit a lot, and so people were right on him about that, and it's even here in Forbes. Dave Meltzer has a terrible week or whatever, so faulty reporting for a week. So yeah, he's a target, and he had a rough week.
All right. So
of course, Eric had a field day with that.
Yeah,
he
of course.
Tweeted, Dave, you're not only comically ignorant when it comes to the wrestling business, your sloppiness, lack of integrity when it comes to your cosplay reporting makes Pond Scum look good. Tweeted Eric Bischoff.
Bischoff can't. Anytime Dave makes a mistake, Eric goes on a tweet storm pointing it out.
Yeah.
But Dave, but let me tell you something. And I don't know. I don't know what Dave is supposed to be, the paper of record, the journalist. But the problem with the guys, he puts so much content out there. It's becoming very obvious. Okay, that all the stuff that Dave puts out each week is like, dude, you're barely sourcing any of this information. Obviously, you got some guy like Konnan. You could talk to Dave, you could tell him anything, and he'll report it. Would you agree that no. Or do you think he'll try to double
everything? No.
But
he checks my sources for sure.
He does.
Yep.
Interesting.
Well, the other thing that people were pouncing on him for was he reported, and I believe it was on Twitter because I saw it, where it was like WWE intends to keep Roman and Jacob Fatu away from each other for months until they clash, and then that night on SmackDown, Fatu attacked Reigns. So that's rough. Yeah.
So
let me ask you two questions, Disco. How is it possible that Dave, who is a fan of wrestling, who is a fan of WWE, who is a fan of AEW, who is a fan of AEW, who is a fan of WWE, 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 who is a fan of WWE somebody put this information up on Discord, like a fan, basically, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Why would he interpret it as an internal memo from WBD? Was he outright lying, or was he duped?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like you would have to ask Dave what happened here.
Now,
You know, like
here's the other thing that's he's so defensive about anything he gets wrong. He knows he's a target, because I've talked to him before, and there are certain issues he will not talk about, right? He goes, I can't believe you would say stuff like that to me. And I go, well, I'm not you, dude. And so I've never seen him make these many mistakes as he's been making lately. I
right.
mean, like before, maybe people weren't pointing them out,
Yeah.
you know,
Good.
Or
but here's the other thing. And you would think that now he has more sources than ever, and he could, so I don't know why he's making so many mistakes. Now,
I'll
I wonder if Tony's not paying him off to put out fluff pieces on AEW, because
I don't
you've
think it
seen
was.
some of these articles where there's no way that the guy must think this unless he's a sicko, where they're like, oh, boy wonder, Tony Khan, giving WWE competition. I'm like, get out of here. He ain't no competition for WWE. Boy
But
wonder. Yeah.
here's what I think happens. I think because since AEW started, okay, that the wrestling fan base has become very toxic and polarizing. The wrestling media has become toxic and polarizing. Okay. And now you have this environment where there's more wrestlers, more people in major company. AEW, like the only major company where wrestlers were that was difficult to get information out of was WWE. Right now, there's two companies, and you have one of the companies that's being brought up. A lot of dirt cheap marks that are actually wrestling today. Right. I just wonder if bro, he has sources now, and bro, at some point, some sources might be motivated to give you false information. And I think that's
I
probably what's
think he
happening
makes
here.
enough money to have one or two guys fact checked everything or double check it.
How do you fact check it?
Well, if you say, hey, I went to this show and there weren't that many people there, call somebody that also went to the show and find out if it's true.
Yeah, I wonder how he's been around decades, and I'm not one of the Meltzer hater types, but I do wonder how he took a Discord report and thought it was an internal memo, or what happened, or who sent it to him,
Well,
where he read it, or what.
That is where the problem comes in. Okay, because if Dave is being haphazard, okay, and thinking that he can just say, I saw an internal memo from WBD to try to make it sound like he has sources in the WBD that sent him this memo, right? Everything. That's what people were saying. Like, if that's the case, how does this memo look exactly like the info from the Discord?
You are fake news.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the point. It's like I think Dave reported fake news here. He did not. This was not a memo. He saw this. Like maybe somebody sent it. They were in a thing. Somebody sent it to him.
Yeah.
And maybe like a group
Or,
thing.
yeah, and it had a WBD letterhead on it.
I've seen an internal memo from WBD, but I think it's very obvious based on the facts here. This was not an internal memo from WBD. That's been established.
Yeah.
So him saying that is like, why would you say that unless somebody was saying, I got this? His sources saying, I got this from sources at Warner Brothers, and they give it to Dave. And Dave says, okay, well, the person that sent this to me said he got this from sources at WBD. So I'm saying I've seen an internal memo from WBD, but not sourcing whether that was actually like where the guy sending you this was compromise your integrity because he lied to you about where he got this.
Yeah, and there's something that's
what happened here. Would you agree with that, Konnan? That's not like common sense.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Beats me.
And Dave's going to be real careful because there is motivations to make him look incorrect or dumb or whatever.
Right.
Like, I remember 10 years ago at this point now, Dave reported with certainty after Punk left WWE that he was coming back this certain night in Chicago. 100% he's going to close the show. And he didn't. And Dave had to come out and say, listen, they misled me purposely. you know, and he's got to be careful because people want to do that, including companies and other journalists. They all want to see him mess up so they can take advantage of it, you know?
Well, plus two, I'm not watching any of the other, like, the other, like, I'm not a Fightful member and everything, but I don't know, like, anybody's putting out as many stories, as many bits of information as Dave does on a weekly basis. Like, Cody, you've seen, like, his sheet is how many pages, like when you used to get the Wrestling Observer, how many pages was it?
Yeah, it was a lot, like 20.
And every
Yeah,
week.
and you're going like, how, you know, nobody even you go on the Fightful, you go on all these websites, like these wrestling websites, and literally like once every 2 days is an actual story with relevant information that would be reported. Everything else is just like from the show, you know, try to act like this angle was like real, you know, it's not news. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and short or AI sourced, you know?
Right, exactly.
Dave's a real journalist, but yeah, I mean, he's got to be more careful.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.